Hey, it's your girl B-Tap, and you are listening to and watching Consciously Tapped In. Woo! That felt so good to say. Just have to have my sunflowers right here. You guys, I know it has been so long since you've seen me in this element. Y'all have been seeing me hit the stage and have shows, so on and so forth. But as far as the podcast, where you been? I've done this a few times, but we're going to get into that. I'm excited to be here for this particular episode. I have a surprise for you guys. I have a surprise. So boom, tapping into surprise. Y'all are gonna find out what it is. Okay, how do I want to start this? The last episode that I did was back in February. That was with Oblivious Jones. Dope episode. I actually have recorded 2 episodes, but just haven't released. Okay, and that's because I don't want to be inconsistent, and I knew that at the moment of me dropping those episodes, I would need to keep up with that momentum. And I've just been in this I don't know space, this space of complacency and stagnant, all things that I hate and despise. If you remember, at the beginning of the year, my 2 words were consistency and being intentional. And I definitely started out that way with the new year. And I don't know, like life, man, life and jobs and work and so on and so forth. But here I am, and that's what we're gonna get into. So as you guys have been seeing me do multiple shows, I get to travel now thanks to Real Rare Poetry, Tad Nips, and yours truly. And I'm just having like all of these new opportunities come to me that I'm not able to take full advantage of because gotta work, got this 9 to 5, gotta pay these bills, man. And that had been tugging at me for it's been tugging at me for years. Okay, I never felt like I was the type of person that is an employee. I don't like to be bossed around. I don't like to be micromanaged. I am a boss and creative in myself. So years ago, like a year and a half, maybe, I wrote my poem Modern Slave / TikTok, where I speak on I feel my life leaving me. I know I wasn't put on this earth to clock in on somebody's job and clock out on my worth, but I never could gather up the courage to make any crazy decisions such as quitting or stepping out on myself. But as time has went on, I see that all I'm capable of doing, but I'm not able to take advantage of, right? So let's go ahead and dial back, rewind to when I was an independent contractor for Metrolift. I was in that field for about 4.5, 5 years, I think. And it was, like nothing that, I never grew up saying I want to drive around and work for Metrolift, whatever. But it's one of those things. It served its time and it paid the bills. Company came to an end, and even prior to it coming to an end, it was so just so unfulfilling that I really had stopped going to work like a lot. Some days I wouldn't even call. And mind you, again, I was an independent contractor, so I kind of had that room to kind of do that. But even still, I didn't care. Luckily and thankfully that I was able to get something else, something that most would consider like not the dream job in a sense, but working 10 to 7 from home. I was able to get incentives depending on my performance, and boy, let me tell you, them incentives were great. Off on weekends, all this good stuff. However, the type of job that it was once again draining. It wasn't fulfilling. It actually pulled at my morals, and it was getting hard for me to keep my personal feelings and emotions separated from the job itself. And I'm such an empath, and so when I'm dealing with certain people, certain situations, and I'm a solution-based person, and I can't provide a solution, or like we've done all we can here. There were situations where I was low-key, high-key, jeopardizing my job, my position. Not gonna get into it. But all because like I'm wanting to help someone so much that I'm sort of going outside of compliance in order to do so. But I also felt like I was becoming like, what do they call it? High functioning depression or high functioning depressed. So y'all see BTAP happy, posting these statuses out and about, well, we outside, all this kind of stuff is cool. Like, and those were therapeutic moments where I can go perform, hit the stage, whatever. But like, I'm in my home, like just no TV on, because I don't even care to watch anything, just like sitting drained after I get off work with no desire to pour into my own stuff and my own things. And I like, you get to a certain age, you get to a certain point in your life where that's just not okay. Like, Lord Jesus, not me about to cry, but that's just not okay. Like to know that you have this purpose and this calling and this gift, and you can't fully pour into it because you are working at somebody else's dream. Do you hear me? You are the employee at what somebody said, I can do this and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna have these people to work it for me. Like, no. So with how I had been feeling, I told a friend. I told Raynard Harmon, Nard Got Soul. Y'all check him out. And me and Nard, we don't even talk a lot or anything. So for me to have, I guess, just shared how I was feeling in that moment or at that time was just, I don't know, kind of outside of myself, because my whole thing is invite only. So I'm very careful about who I tell things to, and also because I do not like to transfer my negative energy if I'm going through something like to somebody else. However, just in that moment, just chopping it up, and I tell him, and he hits me up. I'm a text message type person, and he hits me up, he calls, and I mean, we're just talking, and he spoke so much life, and just of course gave me the background of his story, which that will we gonna put that in a whole nother thing, on a whole nother in a whole nother way. But anywho, so now I have this little seed in addition to my seed. So it's just little seed here, little seed there. And he says, you know what, me, you, Fresh, get together, and we're gonna chop it up and just, talk about some stuff. We meet up. Torchy's Tacos. I typically don't do, anything that's not the taco stand, but you know what? That was my second or third time at Torchy's, and they did me pretty well. Anywho, not to get off subject here. And we talk about basically all the things that we see for ourselves, what could be done together, and just listening to their stories. It's like it's literally just in line or aligned with what I'm going through and where I'm at. And so that happens. I knew I was getting to a point where I was either gonna get fired. I was either gonna get fired, or I was just gonna make like some type of like crazy decision. And I know this because I'm on a call with someone and working, and I can't do anything. I've done what I could within that call, but that wasn't good enough for them. They were not satisfied, but I knew that there was nothing that could be done. But I say, okay, well, hold on. Let me figure something out. I'll place you on a brief hold. A brief hold. This is horrible. That brief hold was an hour and 45 minutes. Why someone would hold on that long, I don't know. I would never in my life hold on for an hour and 45 minutes. But you know what I think? I think that guy held on for an hour and 45 minutes just to say, I held on for an hour and 45 minutes. There's some people like that. And the only reason it was an hour and 45 minutes because it was time for my lunch. Something is wrong with me. Oh Lord, it was time for my lunch, and after that I'm like, oh Brittany, this is bad. This is bad because I'm risking my livelihood, right? So that was on a Thursday. The next day, I get a text that say that job. And I'm like, wait. I'm see, boom. I'm mixing up the story. That's not right. Take 3. So, I failed to mention is that prior to that hold, I had received a message that said F that job. And so like it's just like everything that I've been feeling, all this new stuff, this, that, whatever, like it's all just the pot just stirring, okay? It's starting to boil. It's starting to boil. That day on my lunch break, I grabbed my Bible. I started crying and I started praying. I started praying and I started crying. It was just crying prayer. And I said so much. And within it, I said, God, give me a sign to where there will be no confusion. I will know exactly that you're speaking to me. And I say that on my lunch break, right? I go to a show to go support yours truly. He was featured on a show. And so I'm there. And a girl gets up on stage, never have seen her, don't know her, anything, beautiful. She gets on stage and she's like, I come up here to talk about God, this and that. And we like, oh, okay. I don't think any other person in there that has spit anything spiritual about God, faith, nothing like that. So she starts her poem and I don't remember the the words exactly as far as the entire poem, of course. But basically it was about stepping out on faith, right? And within the poem, of the many things that she said, if you were working that 40 hours a week job and wanted to quit, would you do it? Would you trust him? And I'm like, and she goes on to say, if you wanted to start that business and it got rough and hard, would you do it? Would you trust him? I'm like, girl, can you stop? Because he's just a son. You know, and I was just in shock and in awe of that moment. And when she got done performing, I gave her a hug. I told her the place that I was in mentally, and you know how her poem literally spoke to me, just about like stepping out on faith. And she was like, okay, we need to exchange numbers. So we exchanged numbers, you guys. She sends me this long message, so filled with beautiful words, and just I would read it, but I'm recording with the phone that is on. So who knows? Maybe I'll share that another way. But it was very touching. So the next day, Friday, December 17th, I put my headset on. I was on my laptop, got my screens up and everything. I have to log in at 10 a.m. I'm looking at the time. It's 10 o'clock. I don't feel it. God isn't telling me to log in. I'm not telling myself to log in. It's 10:02. Okay, Brittany. It's 10:06. It's 10:07. Somebody about to hit me up like, hey, you're not logged in. Well, hey, what are you doing? That didn't happen. I did not log in. I took that headset off and typed up my resignation letter, effective immediately. Effective immediately. Thank you for the opportunity, but this position no longer serves me. Y'all, I quit. I quit with no, I leaped. I jumped. It's been a week now, and that was the most exhilarating feeling ever. Let me tell you, there may have been an ounce of, oh shit, but it was mostly like, yo, you about that life. Like, do you know what all you can do now and won't be limited? There's no cap on my hourly now. There's no micro management. I am my own. Wake up. This is what you need to do. Get it done, because when you do, this is what will happen. Like, I'm no longer looking forward to the weekends. I'm looking forward to my everyday. Because every day I make something possible for myself, whether it's writing a new poem, whether it's getting booked for a wedding. Look, let me tell y'all something. When you have, I've left out a lot of details, and I feel like that's going to be because it'll come at the perfect time. But some of the details that I left out is that I made calls to certain people. I made calls to certain people who were in full support of, okay, and was like, you good, like, go for it. And that meant a lot to me. The support system that I have, and for everyone that believes in me, is also a part of the reason why I felt confident enough to do something such as that. Hold on, y'all, because I feel like push that down. Is my eyelash? Where was I? Yeah, my support system and just the people that believe in me and encourage me because they see so much in me. I see, like, I've had the podcast, right? But I wasn't going full throttle with it. I wasn't having the events that I had in my head and have written down in my spiral. The poetry, like I love it. It's so fulfilling. But it's time to take it up a notch. It's time to take it up a notch and not, what am I trying to think of? Not give myself the short end of the stick when it comes to what I deserve as far as compensation as far as the spaces that I'm in. I'm very selective these days about what I say yes to. I feel like I was making myself too accessible, saying yes to everything. And it's just like at that point, what are you really doing? Like, it's favors are fine. Favors are cool. Especially when it's for those who have been extremely supportive of you in your own endeavors. However, like I want to put myself in other spaces, meet new people, new crowds. It's cool being with my peers, but at the same time, I love it when I'm next to CEOs, other business people, because it's like you have to surround yourself with those people and in those environments in order to continue to elevate. So I mean, there's so much that there is so much that has happened already just within a week's time, and the opportunities that I have available to me where I have total control and total creativity. It's crazy. It's one of those things where it's like, why didn't I do this sooner? But God's timing. Okay, God's timing. And I know that it will not be easy at all. Like I jumped out, no parachute. I jumped and leaped and did I grab no parachute? Okay. But I believe in myself that much. And it took me a while to get to this point. So I'm just excited. I'm happy. I know it's not going to be easy. I know that it will have its highs and its lows, but I would rather have my highs and my lows with myself and my dream and my passion than within someone's company and I feel like they got me in a chokehold, like I don't want to be in nobody's chokehold. I don't want to have to log in and literally feel so stuck for 8+ hours every single day. Like, no. Look, some good things that have come about is I'm about to go full throttle with this podcast, and people have already been inboxing me, not even knowing what's going on, but just like, yo, like, when, you know what I thought about? I ain't seen no podcast from you. When you bringing it back? This, that, whatever. Oh, it's about to come back. It's about to come back. And I need y'all, okay? That I have opportunities for me to host my own shows, MC weddings, spit at weddings. Okay, shout out, yo. Major. Shout out to Reynard Hardman. Okay, like, because the fact that he was so encouraging of this, but didn't just like leave your girl stranded, you know, like he has come to me like, yo, I got this for you, I got this lined up, we can do this, blah blah blah. Hey, what's your schedule like on this? People be so real. And so look, man, I appreciate you so much. Same with Just Fresh Media with Warren. That's been bro since day one, man. And just the things that he has said, the visions that we have and can make come into fruition. I'm just excited. Okay. I feel like at this point, this is where I start getting weird and don't know what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna leave it here. I was excited to finally share this news. Y'all just be ready for everything that BTAP is about to do. I will need y'all full support. With the podcast, I'm going to start having live events where the audience can be interactive. I will have guests up on the stage, on the mics, you know, whoever I choose for whatever topics. I would love to have sponsorships. I'm going to have ads, so on and so forth. I know COVID out you. However, if you are vaccinated, if you aren't vaccinated and you wear your masks and just know that you are in good health, I will be having these things going on, and I would love for whoever would like to be there to be there. It would be nice. It's exhilarating. It's exciting, a little bit nerve-wracking, okay, because I know that I still have to live, okay, and pay my bills and take care of my child. Shout out to her father. Always gonna shout him out because he is top-notch, A1. I'll just leave it at that. I'm excited, and I just wanted to share this news with you all. Be looking forward to everything that I have going on. I am having a get rid of all this sale. Okay, I have a few, contrary to popular belief, Black Men Are Good shirts that have been just tucked away, and so I will have a sale for that. So be looking for that post, whatever. Message me, inbox me, DM me if you would like a shirt. If you want to give somebody a shirt, buy it for yourself, buy it and then gift it to a homeless person. You know what? I thought about giving the shirts away. I saw somebody walking with their son. The little baby was so cute. And I was just like, yo, hold on. Threw him a shirt. No, I was like, what's your size? Like, what size shirt you wear? Dude was looking at me crazy. Like, what's this? And I'm like, look, just tell me your size. He told me his size. Boom. I had that shirt. Went and threw it to him. I live for that. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. I am excited for 2022 and all the things that I'm about to do. Man, I'm coming down. Man, I'm coming through. I quit my job and so will you. No, you won't. Y'all better pay y'all bills and just be somebody's employee and log in from 9 to 5. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching and listening to Consciously Tapped In.